Hello, my name is Mark Piskarczyk. I'm one of the owners of 340 Defense. We've owned the range now for about a year and a half. We bought the property, we bought the business from Mark Odell, who was still a minority owner. Me and Ray are the majority owners. And we really bought the place just because we were avid shooters. We really loved the, I don't know, I'm a big accuracy junkie, Ray's a big tactical junkie, and you know, we were shooting for, we were always shooting actually. We were going to a public range named Sleepy Creek, and it closed down, so we actually started shooting a lot at 340 Defense. I was a member. I was involved in the gun trade industry at that point. I had my own firearms business, which I was running out of my basement. And Ray and I became good friends. We were both working at the VA hospital together, and we just gelled. And Mark Odell, the previous owner of the range, or still owner, approached me and asked me if I'd like to buy it. And I said, Ray, hey, we could buy a shooting range here. And we got the money together and we bought it. And we added a lot to the range. We added firearm sales. We had machine guns, silencers, but I think what we added most was, since Ray and I were avid shooters, we could really relate to the shooting community, and we knew what they wanted. Membership went through the roof. The place it's getting crazy packed.
What kind of people do you get coming here?
We get all different kinds of people. I'd say 75% are all ex-military for the most part, so they're very familiar. The other 25% I would say would be hobbyists, tactical wannabes, and so forth. You know, they say they work for the government, but they're really IT programmers. But we get a lot of agency personnel. We get the CIA here. We get DHS here. We've had.
You don't consider them as tactical?
Not wannabes. They're not tactical wannabes.
Oh, I mean they're the real tactical.
Right, they're the real tactical. They come out here, they rent the range for training, private training. We've done a lot with DHS and Border Patrol here, where we have a helipad here, and they come in and land the choppers, shoot from the choppers. Anything goes at 340. We've always said we're the range for shooters by shooters. So you can come in here. We're not going to be up your ass. You can come in here and shoot how you want to shoot and have a good time.
I see a lot of children and families here.
Yes, which is great because we have fathers showing their sons how to shoot, and which is excellent because let's face it, curiosity killed the cat, and if someone doesn't know how to operate a firearm, that's how accidents happen. So
I see that Ray's daughter, who's 12, carries a sidearm.
She does,
and she fires the long-range weapons and is very good at it and is very confident.
Yes.
I mean, I'm wondering, and his son, I forgot how old he is, just got an award from his school for respect.
Mm-hmm.
How much does this play into that for families?
It's a lot. People are trained with discipline here and responsibility at the same time, because you need to be disciplined and responsible to use a firearm. There's no mistakes. We make that very clear. We've had some parents here with kids that were not disciplined, and they were asked to leave just because we're not gonna tolerate that here.
I see that you have a program that's taking place right now on the porch that's training for concealed weapons, I believe.
Yes.
Tell me how you got into that and what kind of certification do you get from that?
Well, you have to go through. Well, it depends by state. Here, really. You just need a certificate from an NRA instructor saying that you took a safety program. So we actually have NRA instructors that work here for us that gave us the certification. We had to take a class, a 2-day class, and then we became NRA certified instructors. But yeah, we have we do a lot of work with the NRA. The guy who actually wrote a lot of the manuals for the NRA is our instructor here.
Who's that?
That's Larry Quandle. He actually works for the NRA. He was head of their training programs. Now he's head of their youth programs. And we do a lot of work here. We let him use the range for Boy Scouts and so forth. in return, he gives us classes.
Well, excellent.
So,
what's unusual? What's unique about this place compared to other gun ranges or like the 2TV gun shows?
Well, I'll tell you, and I could say this proudly, is, Ray and I have not collected a paycheck from this place. We didn't do this for the money. We just did it we like to shoot, and we want other people to have a place to shoot. Any money we do make goes right back into the range for improvements and weapons rentals and so forth. So, Ray, this is a labor of love for us. We do this because we love it.
I see you have 4 target ranges.
Yes.
How did that come with the place, or did you build it?
It did. It did come with the place. We had to do a lot of improvements because we're still battling with the county for a site plan approval, which we're about 99% there. We've had to increase the height of the berms and the depth and angle them a certain way. Because prior to this, I think they were about 15 feet tall. Now they're all over like 30. So we've done a lot of work to the place. We've expanded services. When Ray and I took this place over, it was only open on weekends. Now it's open 7 days a week from 9 till dark.
Right. If it's okay for you to say this, we understand. A lot of people, like myself, originally thought that Border Patrol only were on Mexico, the United States, and Canada, the United States. But I found out later they're everywhere.
They are. The Border Patrol is a unit of about 40,000 mobilized agents that can go across the country.
40,000?
40,000 strong, yeah. They're Division of Department DHS, and they are, they do a lot of security for events, Super Bowl, World Series, because they're highly mobile.
What I'm looking at is that's got to be pretty impressive that they choose here to do their training.
Right.
That's pretty, I mean, aren't they just located not too very far from here?
We have the Border Patrol World Training Academy about 10 miles from here. It's a world-class economy, or world-class range and training center for them. But sometimes they just need more space. And that's
they need more space.
Yes.
So that makes this place unique.
Yes.
That's one of the things that's unique about this.
Another thing that's really unique is we're about 60 miles outside of D.C.
Uh-huh.
So
that's a good point.
We get a lot of people from Arlington, D.C., and so forth, which is a little bit different than we're used to here in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Very high income. We get all the big wigs from different agencies coming up here and shooting. I think that's one of the biggest attributes of this range because we're so close to the capital and Baltimore, for that matter. We're 90 minutes from Baltimore, 60 minutes from D.C. So
now, what about the kind of weapons that you have here? Are there any tactical weapons, or I mean, and are you somehow connected to the builders of these kind of weapons? And
we are. We do have connections throughout the industry.
Isn't one of your partners builds weapons in another state, but they test them here?
Are you referring to Shadow Ops?
Shadow Ops.
Paul Russ.
Paul Russ.
He does. Yeah. Paul and I go way back about 7 years.
Oh, okay.
And all I've ever heard about was how he's going to manufacture machine guns. So he's been saying this about 7 years ago. Not really the most. I don't know. He's not very well. I guess tied into the industry, so he lacks some features when he's designing stuff. But he is an asset to our range. He helps us out tremendously, and we love having him around. But as far as being like a full-blown manufacturer, no, we have other manufacturers that really do help us out. We work closely with F&H, which is the world's largest firearms manufacturer. Their headquarters is probably about an hour from here in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And they come out here all the time. We have their employees, a lot of their trainers come out here, test new stuff. But that's more, and they support us with firearms and publicity and so forth.
Didn't somebody just come up here just a few minutes ago?
Yeah, that's Darren from Red Stitch.
Red Stitch.
He manufactures.
What's the name of the company?
Red Stitch Tactical.
Red Stitch Tactical.
He's another asset to our range. He comes by and drops off steel targets. and you know, he basically gives them to us.
It's excellent.
We're kind of like the proving grounds for steel targets.
Also understand you have a national competition champion that comes here.
We do. We call him the ringer. Because he is, you know, every time we have a competition, he'll compete, but he won't accept first place. He only gives that away.
Oh, you mean he'll win first place?
He'll win first place.
And then give it to somebody else?
Yeah, because he's just doing it for the sport and the fun of it.
Whoa.
And he's out here at our range always helping us out. So he's always welcoming new people and showing them how to shoot, you know, offering advice and tips and so forth.
You have some really colorful characters that come out here. There's one here now that's got all these red, white, and blue and patches all over.
Steve Mayer.
And he just came from a contest.
He's a horse farrier. He works with horses 4 days a week and then shoots the other 3. He's a very colorful character. We love him to death. He's been a member of our range from the beginning. We have some very interesting characters.
Yeah.
We got Bill. Who's awesome. He's like the grumpy old man type.
He's
He'll do anything for you, but he'll bitch you.
Is he the one that's really knowledgeable with computers?
No, that's Paul Pearson.
Paul.
Paul Pearson is actually a friend of Ray's. He's helping us out with a lot of the clerical work and so forth. Then we have Ray Tashwar, who's
This is going to be interesting.
he's very interesting. Yeah.
He's really got a lot of knowledge about.
He does, and he's
Fine.
very passionate about what he does. You know, he's
Very articulate with it too.
Yeah, and he's been pretty much running the place. I've taken a temporary assignment, you know, 4 hours away with my other job, and you know, I've been leaning on Ray a lot to kind of get things done. He's been getting them done.
Yeah.
So, and he's the kind of guy, you know, everybody loves him.
Yeah.
Until you got to work with him because he's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So,
He makes sure things get done though.
he does.
I mean, 10 things at a time.
Yes. So, you know, he brings a wealth of knowledge and resources into the shooting range. So, then who else do we have? We got Penny, he's our RSO. She's a cute little
What does RSO mean?
range safety officer.
Say it again?
Range safety officer.
Okay.
Cute little blonde thing that, you know, will tear someone's head off for not following range safety rules.
Good.
So,
How does she become that? Does she have to go through some kind of specific training?
yes, there is a certification they have to go through. But really, she was a friend of Ray's, and she helped us out in a pinch a couple times, and we got her a job. And she also does a lot of our clerical work here and so forth.
Oh, okay.
Then we got Jerry. He's the shop manager during the week. He's actually the IPSIG IDPA regional coordinator for the area.
Okay, what do those letters mean?
They're names of shooting competitions.
Oh, okay.
International something Practical Shooting Association.
Right. Okay.
But they're big. That's where all the sports shooting comes into play. You see it on TV. And Jerry's friends with all the top shooters in the world.
Oh.
We actually recruited him from our competition, who is floundering at the current time, which is Peacemaker National Training Center. They couldn't afford him, so we're like, hey, we could use a shop manager. So he came over, jumped ship, and has been helping us out ever since.
I also understand you have mechanics. You have a young man that builds his own weapons, and you have a barber that's coming here in a little while. That you have like a community.
We do. We do have a very deep range of resources that we could pull from. That, you know, if we need something, people are more than willing to help us out. And in return, we help them out whenever we can.
Why do you think that this would make a good show for television?
Well, you know, the personalities we get in here.
Yeah.
You know, it's never a hard day's work at the range. I mean, we just, you know, if me and Denham are in the house and Ray's there, Ray's gonna have a bad day because he just knows we're just gonna pick the shit out of him. And Denham, I mean, the things we do to each other to make the time fly. We were having Facebook wars there for a little bit, where we would catch the other person's phone laying around and hack into their Facebook and put things on there like, you know, today's my birthday or my dog died. And I think I won the cake when I posted on Denham's that he just got married. And, all his friends started commenting, or he got a phone call from his mom saying, "Well, what happened? You got married again?" So, there's times where we lock people in the porta potty and explode things around them, and the things we do here on a day in and day out basis, I think everybody would really enjoy us.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.